And to continue on the former Zambia's president's passing, the legacy of Edgar Lungu, we are joined by Chanoda Ngwira, a spokesperson for the Kum'mawa Development Coalition and the close ally of the former president. Now, Chanoda, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Thank you so much, Josie. It's good to hear. I'm sorry that there's quite noise here, because I'm actually at the PF Secretariat, where we are hosting the funeral of our former Republican president.
Now, you had a personal relationship with the late president. How was he as a person, and what does his passing mean to the people of Zambia and you as his friend and comrade?
I think I must be very honest that the loss of President Edgar Lungu is not just a loss for Zambia. It's not just a loss for me or members of the Patriotic Front and those of the Tonsi Alliance. It is a loss for Africa, because this is a man that was loved beyond the borders of Zambia. This is a man that has left a mark. This is a man that has been mourned by almost all of the great leaders in this Africa and beyond. So indeed, the loss of President Edgar Lungu is a big blow to most of us young people who were getting inspiration and who were, getting a lot of wisdom from him regards how we can participate in the leadership of this country.
Now, what do you consider to be the most significant achievements of President Lungu, particularly in terms of infrastructure development and social welfare programs? These have been highlighted as part of his legacy. Just take us through them very briefly.
Come again on that. Come again. I missed that.
I was just trying to find out with regards to the legacy of the late president, and in terms of, he focused particularly in infrastructure development and social welfare programs. These have been highlighted as being part of his legacy. Just take us through some of the big stories that have left quite a good impact on the people of Zambia.
I must say that actually when the late president, Mr. Michael Sata, died, President Edgar Lungu was very categorical, and he said, I'm going to continue with the vision of my late leader. And indeed, Michael Sata left Zambia as a construction site, and President Edgar Lungu also continued with the same. Zambia was a construction site. And if today you come to Zambia, you are going to see that wherever you throw a stone, it will land on a project that Edgar Lungu did. Wherever you throw a stone, it is going to land on a hospital that Edgar Lungu left. Whichever stone that you throw, it will land on a good road that Edgar Lungu left. So indeed, this is a man, unfortunately, who has left us, but he leaves behind a legacy that I don't think anyone is going to actually match. The man just did everything. And he united the country, by the way. He really united the country. He never looked at who comes from where. He never looked at region. He never looked at creed. He never looked at how somebody looks like. But anyone who had potential, anyone that has a capability to work, he brought them close. This is a man that has left us and has left a big gap.
His administration has faced, major criticisms for the economic challenges, that the country has faced, including Zambia's defaulting on international, funding and so on, and finances, that there was a challenge there. This has been highlighted as his leadership not being the greatest. What exactly happened, and what has come from this? Because there are a mixed bag of reactions.
I'll be honest with you. At the time that President Edgar Lungu was leaving office, he told the Zambian people, re-elect me because I want to finish, or rather complete, the agenda of uplifting the people of Zambia's lives. He said, let me continue because I know where I'm coming from. I've been president for 7 years and I know where I am heading to. I must be quick here to say, in his term, especially around 2018, 2019, somewhere there, 2020, the country faced an economic downturn. The country faced, this issue of coronavirus. But President Edgar Lungu showed, the stance that indeed he's a leader, that indeed he can, subvert the Zambian people, that indeed he can stand tall and still guide, the economy of this country. So I must say that it is until after the change of government that today Zambia is, I can say, pathetic in terms of economic indicators. It is as a result of the good leadership of Edgar Lungu that left the country. That's why today as a country we are suffering. That is why today as a country we are faced with expensive things. It is very difficult to, survive. Because the man that wanted to continue with the legacy of President Michael Sata of, saving this country's economy was actually elected out of office. And today, he's dead.
Now, how do you, in terms of his leadership style, the late president, he has been accused of fostering political thuggery and harassing opposition supporters, I beg your pardon. How do you think, or do you believe that his leadership style shaped the party's conduct? And also, when he tried to return to politics in 2023, he was blocked by the Constitutional Court, ruling that he had served 2 terms. How do you think that this ruling impacted his political legacy as well?
I must be honest with you. There is no regime, even right there in South Africa. There is no political party that is devoid of, misbehavior or indiscipline by political cadres. But that must not be, put on the head of a particular leader at that particular time. Yes, indeed. President Edgar Lungu's eligibility case was quashed by the Constitutional Court. Actually, they ruled against their own ruling. Because we understand somewhere in 2020, there was the same matter before the Constitutional Court. And the Constitutional Court said Edgar Lungu was eligible. But because of the politics of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, he brought back the case and they said he is not eligible. And definitely, he's a human being. That affected him, definitely. And also the persecution that he went through as a former head of state. He never enjoyed retirement. He never enjoyed his statesmanship. He never enjoyed freedom. He couldn't even jog in the streets of Lusaka. It's like the way it is there, where probably former President Zuma is stopped from even just interacting with the people. How would he be? And all that. So yes, indeed, I must say that has contributed heavily to the demise of President Edgar Lungu, because this is a man that would be in court every day escorting his wife. This is a man that would be in court every day escorting his own children that are going through these court cases. And on top of that, this is a man that used to be denied permission to go and seek for medical attention from that country, that is South Africa. So that indeed has affected him.
Now, what is the country planning in terms of his memorial and funeral?
I must be very categorical here that as the Patriotic Front and the acting president, Honorable Given Luminda, as we speak, as I said, that I'm now at the Secretariat, where people have gathered. I think you can see people have gathered, and they are mourning. They are there. They are. So we are in a meeting right now discussing and looking at how best Edgar Lungu can be mourned. So yes, indeed, he is a former head of state, and he is a statesman, and obviously there will be national mourning, and the state is going to actually take over. But as Patriotic Front, we must be very categorical that we are going to mourn President Edgar Lungu. We are going to have a separate procession, and that nobody can stop us. We will have our mourning house as we plan, where we are going to mourn our departed leader. Because we are not going to be hypocrites that are going to join those with crocodile tears saying Edgar Lungu was good. Edgar Lungu was this, Edgar Lungu was this. When he was alive, they treated him badly. When he was alive, they did not treat Edgar Lungu the way they want to pretend treating him now. So yes, as a party, there are deliberations, like I said, to decide where our funeral home is going to be to mourn and celebrate the life of our departed leader.
Chanoda, before I let you go, just we presume that you have been engaging with his family and his wife and his children. What is I can imagine what they're going through currently.
Yeah, it's quite devastating, especially for former First Lady, Madam Esther Lungu. It's quite devastating, obviously, for his children as well. It's quite devastating for those that had an opportunity, to be close to President Edgar Lungu. All I can say is that all of us are just praying. All I can say is that all of us are just saying, Lord, this can only be by you. It can't be by anyone. So indeed, it is a devastating moment for both the family of President Edgar Lungu, as well as those of us that had the privilege to serve under his leadership.
Chanoda, our condolences to yourselves and the family and the people of Zambia. Thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Thank you so much, Channel Africa, and thank you very much for this opportunity. I really appreciate. We are here for any updates. In case you want any update, we are here to give you that update. And thanks, South Africa. Thanks, Africa. Thanks, SADC region, for mourning with us as Zambians.
Thank you, Chanoda. That is Chanoda Ngwira, the spokesperson for the Kum'mawa Development Coalition and a close ally of the former President Edgar Lungu, who passed away yesterday. It is 12:25 Central African Time.